Jamie, I've been nominated by Adam Handling to take part in a charity cooking challenge to help and support and raise funds for a charity called Only a Pavement Away. Tom Akins has collaborated with this charity and created a programme called Hospitality Against Homelessness, which aims to get homeless people off the streets and back into work and into society. I have 5 minutes to cook a dish, and I'm going to donate £5 myself and nominate 5 other chefs, which I will do in the caption below. The recipe I'm cooking in 5 minutes today is using these elderflowers that I've been out and picked. Really in season, you'll see them absolutely everywhere at the moment. You'll smell them along hedgerows when you're out and about in the countryside, or I mean they're in cities, all over the place as well now. So the dish is basically a tempura of elderflower, served with vanilla ice cream, little elderflower syrup, and some of the fresh elderflowers again. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is start with the tempura batter itself. Really simple tempura recipe. It's just 150 grams of plain flour sifted and 250 millilitres of ice cold sparkling water. The real key with tempura and making it crispy is 3 things for me. One is not to over mix it. If you've sifted your flour, it should come quite smooth anyway. If you over mix it, then obviously you overwork the gluten, which can make it tough and stop it from being crispy and light. The second thing is temperature. It needs to be kept ice cold as much as possible. So put the water in the freezer before you start making it. Let's mix together. And I'm just going to add some ice cubes as well to make sure it's really chilled and cold. Got the elderflowers that I've broken down and picked into smaller pieces ready for frying. Yeah, and then when you rinse the elderflowers, I just like to skim off some of the loose flowers that come away, and we can use those as some garnish on the finished dish later as well. So I'm going to lightly coat the elderflowers in a little bit of flour. Be gentle not to break all of the flowers off, but obviously make sure they're sort of like generously dusted so the batter sticks to them nicely. Okay, 2 pairs of chopsticks, one for placing them in the tempura, in the batter. Make sure it's nicely coated. And drip off any excess. Just test the oil. Yeah, it's good to go. And then gently just place them nicely coated into the oil for frying. It should almost like immediately come back up to the top. The oil's about 180 degrees. And here just some caster sugar for dusting them when they come out, when they're nice and crisp. Let those fry. They'll probably take longer than you think they should, but they need long enough to make sure the batter cooks thoroughly and they get nice and crisp all the way through. Some nice shop bought vanilla gelato. starting to change colour now, just slightly. Just went really slightly golden brown. It'd be beautiful and crisp. Almost there. A liberal dusting of caster sugar. Elderflower syrup, just made from reducing a little bit of elderflower cordial, made at the start of the season. Some of those nice fresh elderflowers. And then a couple of pieces of that crisp tempura, making it a really nice hot and cold sensation.